Hello, everybody. My name is Limitless Ramen Panda here, and it's been a while since I've actually done some things. Try to upload Dreadbear, did not work out right, so I'm uploading this. Hopefully, this is a better replacement for What If Dreadbear. But anyways, all I'm gonna say, it's a My Hero X Undertale stuff. Since apparently people think I can just, in the past, just diss out Undertale things nonstop, but okay. Yeah, you can tell where this is going. Yeah, most doubtably, y'all know where this is going. So, you see the pictures, stuff's about to go down in Undertale. And I'm not gonna have it be like a normal, boring Undertale thing. I'm kind of just, souls out the way. If you can't think of the souls they have, then too bad for you. I ain't explaining anything. All I am gonna explain is what's about to happen. Nah, let's roll it. Where am I? It's dark. No light. The boy would try to grab the light, but fail. What is this? Where am I? As he would put his hands down, feeling flowers. Multiple flowers. These flowers will feel small. Midoriya wouldn't know where he would be. He would feel hollow. Something's missing from what he once had. He can't remember anything. What happened, what this is, how it happened, where he is. He would have multiple questions, but none of them answered. But he would understand the deep desire of justice, though. A desire to do the right thing. A deep, strong desire. He wouldn't understand this, but he would understand the justice. As a little boy, he always wanted justice, to become a hero, save people, just because it's the right thing to do. And also because he's pure heart, but besides that, nothing else. So yeah. He would feel something in the air. He would feel something wrong. As he would be walking, he would, of course, he would meet a very familiar face. Or not familiar to him, but familiar to the cast, most likely. Hello, who are you? I'm Flowey. Nice to meet you. So, basically introducing himself to this stranger he sees. Seems like you took a very hard fall. Wow. Usually people don't really survive after falls like that. No, sorry. Insert people with monsters. Sorry. Exchange that. Since, for reasons. Where am I? Oh, welcome to the Undergrounds, where all monsters live in harmony, I guess. Yeah. It's kind of boring, honestly. So I like to mess with the people, and now again. Welcome to Undergrounds. You are... I can't remember. As you know, he would kind of just think of something on the spot. Let's see what he would think of. I'll just say he say some random name. Call me Ghost. I'll say. Yeah, call me Ghost. Well, you look like more skeleton to me, but if it's a name, it's a name. So, where are you from? As making a sly remark. I don't remember. Well, you're gonna fit right in. Come on, let's go. As he basically begins to not drag Izuku, but kind of guide Izuku through, you know, everything. More lines. The ruins. So yeah. After exiting the ruins, if you're wondering why Flowey is helping him, without Midoriya noticing himself, he's gained a very serious aura, you can say. And, you know, what he hears him say and, you know, what other people hear him say is different from what he thinks he says. So basically, yeah, he may have said that, but, you know, translating would mean, take me to the basically nearest shelter. Yeah, and if you're wondering, Midoriya hasn't noticed the change in appearance at all. So, you know, his presence is given a very, how would you say, intimidating presence? With a couple other add-ons to it. Yeah, this shall do well. Thank you for your help. As he would just walk off, Midoriya would just walk off to, you know, whatever he finds next. Basically. And since he's not Charo or Frisk, he wouldn't meet, you know, Toriel, I believe? Yeah, Toriel. Kind of just running into the city, honestly. Walking the entire way there. Never missed leg day, anyways. Yeah. He would just kind of see all these shops, stores, homes, and other things like that. Interesting. What an interesting place this is. I can may get some answers from what I need here. I'll say there's a robbery going on, you know. I'll say some sort of monster, you know, tries to rob, you know. I'll say, you know, changing some Undertale things. The underground is basically an entire city, or just a bit, yeah, basically a giant city. And, yeah, they have a lot of similarities between the overworld. So, you know, they have, you know, what normally Undertale wouldn't have, would, you know, add on, you know, banks and other types of things, you know, shoe stores and all this other stuff. For reasons. Because it makes it more interesting. So, as you know, Midoriya will kind of just hear the alarm of, you know, a store go off as, you know, someone crashes through the window, having like a bag of cash. As Midoriya's hand starts to twitch. And starts becoming rough. As in within seconds, the criminal would be thinking he's set free, but they would see a very noticeable spear being shot at them by a very familiar face, Undyne. Yeah, still a royal guard, but more like, I'll say more like captain of the police force, basically. So yeah. And I'll say, you know, I'll have some differences, yeah. I'll say, you know, the resets and whatnot kind of stopped a while ago. Not just that, but Chara, you know, everyone else, you know, they're... I'll say they have their bodies. So, you know, some events might not have happened. I mean, in the past, definitely, most definitely. But, you know, right now, no. So, you know, Chara has a body, Frisk has his own body, you know, everything else like that. You know, everyone's still alive, so, yeah. As you know, right as the villain, or not villain, but criminal was about to get away from Undying, you could say, yeah, you just delete us. Dude came out of nowhere with that chain and kind of just kind of dragged this man into the darkness. So basically, what happened? Man was just in the alleyway. Kind of. I'll say there's some kind of hook. Meat chain or something. Like I'll say it's one of those meat hooks that kind of got broken. So they kind of threw it out. So yeah, Midori kind of got the closest thing towards him, and yeah, man ain't gonna have a good life. You could say the criminal's about to get yeeted, literally. So yeah, all you see, Undyne's chasing him, the criminal, and out of nowhere, there's just a chain that just comes out of nowhere and then just pierces, I'll say, not the chest, but I'll say pierces the arm of the villain or criminal, and just basically just gets yeeted into the shadows of the alleyway. As Undyne's confused, like, what was that? As she starts walking to the alleyway, and seeing someone being not dragged, but someone crawling, help me. As right as that would occur, man just gets dragged like a horror movie into the shadows. And all you can see is a flame turn on. A very bright flame. You have committed many sins. You are drenched in pain and suffering of others, and so you shall be judged by the spirit of vengeance. Who are you? I am the Ghost Rider. As right as that would happen, he would look into the Ghost Rider's eyes and basically get the pendant stare. As, all the deaths, kills, and basically any negativity that the criminal has ever dealt would be forced threefolds on this man. Basically, threefolds. Meaning, so yeah, his body drops to the ground. Undyne's like kind of scared and terrified, but at the same time, like, it's my job, so freeze under the kingdom's more than now they're on police force, I'll say, instead of guard. I mean, guards, police force, I mean, it is what it is. Freeze. You will be taken into custody by the words of the kingdom. Or, I don't know, just, insert whatever it says, so I'll just, make it make sense. Freeze, you'll be brought in for questioning. In the order of the law, I'll say. The only difference is that there aren't cars. I'll say that's the only difference. Like, they have all this other stuff, weaponry and whatnot, but they don't have cars. So, yeah. I mean, they kind of have magic for that. So, I mean, they wouldn't really need, cars. So, yeah. As Midori would walk out, you innocent. As basically, he would basically parkour, like, up 2 buildings and just to get away from Undyne. Undyne just be baffled, like, what just happened? I gotta report this to Asgore immediately. Of course, after dragging the body and you kind of bringing it to the police. And after that, the police kind of, see that, kind of in a vegetable state right now. Or at least the villain is. I'll change something about dependent stare real quick. I'll say after you kind of suffer all the sins and whatnot. The difference with Midoriya's pendant stare is that after you do that, you kind of go through like a redemption stage in the pendant stare, where if you somehow survive or go through all of it, you survive and you're kind of cleansed from all of your sins. You're kind of cleansed, and you kind of basically be just turned into a good guy, I guess, because you've seen all that stuff, all your sins, so you don't want to get on that guy's bad side. So yeah, he's kind of like terrified, but at the same time he's like, I feel lighter now. Like, basically. So I sense darkness. much, much darkness. The sins in these hands are more than anything. As he would just, eventually kind of ride into familiar area and kind of wander upon, Papyrus's and Sam's house. As the flames, I'll say, instead of like hell flames, are like determination flames. So they don't go out until, somebody kind of gets injured by them. So yeah. Similar to hell flames, but different. I smell sins here. As he would just walk in and just knock on the door like a casual person. No time for like busting on the door, because he still is Zuko, but like just a little change from the Ghost Rider perspective. He's still polite and whatnot. It's just his justice, like his clarification of just seeing the ways of people and justice just enhanced by like 1,000 folds. But yeah. Who's knocking? Hey, Papyrus. Hey, Paps. Open the door. Someone's here. You lazy bones, you can't get it. Why can't you get it? I'm making spaghetti. Nyahaha. Okay, I'll text Frisk to get it. Hey, Frisk, come downstairs and get the door. As Frisk would, casually go down the door and kind of just open it. Hello there, how may I... Just seeing this thing. Just seeing this face. Looking directly into Frisk's soul. Frisk is just like... kind of just paused right there. Like, not out of fear, but just out of... What is this? I feel threatened. I feel like this man, like, oh, like, just a vibe, the natural, just badass vibe, or just that natural, you know what you did and you about to get fucked vibe. So yeah. Hi. As Sans is like, hey, who's at the front door? As he would kind of, Ezekiel would kind of just let him in. And, Papyrus from the kitchen, doorway would just like, oh, wait, is that a skeleton? And, instantly, as soon as he said that, Sans would kind of like, wait, a skeleton? We haven't had those in who knows how long. Innocent. As he would smell... Like, if you're wondering what he's smelling right now, he's smelling the sins of Chara in her room, with all the different timelines she's kind of not just erased but killed. So yeah. he doesn't know about the timelines either. He only knows about, the kills, all, the endings and whatnot. He kind of just, he doesn't know it, but at the same time he does know the negativity that kind of stays with you over that. So yeah. So, similar to Sans, but the only difference is that he doesn't know about the timelines. So, yeah. Voodoo stuff, so yeah. He kind of just walks upstairs. Excuse me, you can't just walk into, as he would just kind of push, or not like push harshly, kind of, just tilt, Frisk's shoulder, and just start walking upstairs. As at this point, Sans, Papyrus, and Frisk are kind of all just standing in the doorway. Or stairway. He's like, what? As Sans is like, hey, you may want to relax there, buddy. As he has like blue eye. I don't know who you are, nor why you in my house, but And then he would just look at Sans, and Sans would just get that, not Chara look, but he would get the same vibe as Chara when, they were fighting, or more lines when Chara used a Black Soul to kind of, fight him in one of the timelines. What is this? As inside, his mindscape, Sans mindscape. What is this? It's like fighting Chara all over again, but more terrifying. basically, you know, Chara just gets a little knock on the door. And, you know, kind of opens it up, not knowing who the fuck it is. And, you know, as soon as she sees this man, she's like, haha, nope. She don't know who he is, but all she knows is that he about to make her see God real quick, like. So she kind of dashed out the window. Well, Midoriya is kind of just chasing her down. As you know, Sans and Papyrus and everyone else is just kind of like standing there, like, hey, yo, we gotta go with them. Like, we gotta stop this man from who knows what doing to Chara. Like, she. As you know, Chara has been given therapy for, you know, the past. A lot of it from either Frisk, or not Frisk, but from Toriel and a couple other people, like, Woodgaster? No, because, Woodgaster's totally alive. Huh. I mean, I'll say you guessed, like, 50-50 there. Maybe, nah, that wouldn't make, maybe, I'll say he's there, but, you know, he's not as powerful as, you know, he is. Maybe, yeah, I'll say he still is powerful, but, you know, not the way you expect. As you know, right as the chain's about to touch Chara, Gaster comes out of nowhere. I don't know what you are, nor how you got here, but you're not normal. You're some sort of anomaly. You may look like one of us, but you're surely not. You're something more than a monster. As immediately, you just see, you know, man just appears in front of Gaster, look at him dead in his soul. You have committed many, many outrageous things. But your redemption is one of them. Pen and stare. Gaster out the league immediately. Not to mention, if you really wanted to, he can just look at your soul instead of your eyes and just basically directly put you in redemption. Like, redemption stare. Just, yeah. So for, like, normal people, I'll say it takes, like, a total of, like, 24 hours to wear off. So, yeah. Depending on how much sins you've committed, it can either be 24 hours or more than that. And if the soul itself doesn't see you as, you know, honorable to be, you know, redeemed, it would either destroy you, kill you, or just kind of send you to hell. So, I mean, yeah. Or, you know, kind of destroy the soul entirely. So you're basically getting erased from existence at that point. Yeah. Totally not foreshadowing all for one, but yeah. So, as basically Chara kind of, you know, instead of defensive, he gets offensive. Basically, pulling out a knife was like, fine, you want to fight? Let's go, big bones. As you know, he basically, you know, fights Chara. Pretty decent fight, actually. You know, Chara getting some blows while, you know, Midoriya ain't trying to kill him. Moreline's kind of just redeem them. Because, yes, this version isn't, you know, ill will towards killing. Moreline just redeeming themselves. Yes, the redeeming's basically like that, but yeah. As you know, immediately, you know, they try to, you know, Sans comes out of nowhere. Frisk and Papyrus try to, you know, jump in. They finally make it. You know, somehow, you know, they do, you know, held up Izuku with the blue bones, blue magic. So he's unable to move, but at the same time, something's burning within Izuku's soul. So, you know, vengeance. So, you know, the more they restrain him, the stronger he basically becomes. Or not just that, but, like, redemption. Like, this man, Izuku, if you know how determined Izuku is in the manga, then you know how bad this is gonna get. So, Izuku's like, fine, I didn't want to have to do this, but I'll do a penance on you, you, and you. So basically just looking at each other of them in the eyes while being held down. He's like, fine, I didn't want to have to do this, but pew, pew, pew. And since Sans doesn't really have that many sins, I'll say it wouldn't really take an hour or, 24 hours. I'll say it would just maybe take a couple minutes. Maybe like 10 minutes or so. If not an hour, but I mean, even so. He hasn't really committed any sins, so I'm pretty sure, just, I guess for a minute or a couple minutes, like 10 minutes or so. Same with everyone else. So, goes to Chara, and Chara's just like, basically. Chara's being cleansed. Like, when I mean cleansed, I mean by the time Ghost Rider's done with them, yeah, they're gonna become a cinnamon roll after this. As soon as, I'll say Izuka kind of just stands there in the snow, kind of just kneeling, or more than just crouching towards Chara's head. Kind of just like, So, time skip to, 24 hours or about. I'll say we wake up to where Sans wakes up. Sans is kind of like, hey, he gets on the fence and, who are you? And, you are innocent. You, as he points at Chara, are not. I sense guilty. You have been judged by kills, multiple deaths. I do not understand, but you have been charged. Judgment. As basically, Chara wakes up, everyone else wakes up. They kind of talk to him as like, hey, yo, what you at? As Chara kind of feels lighter, meaning that all the darkness and, Black Soul stuff kind of delete us out of her body. So, she no longer has hate nor has grudges against anyone. So, meaning she no longer needs therapy. I mean, technically, living through every single... That's more than 50 timelines, I can say. That's more than 50, including fan-based timelines, which is ridiculous. So, yeah, that's more than 50 timelines you're going through. So, yeah, that's crazy. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people, Chara. Like, yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, so Chara, Chara kind of gets up with, like, glitter. Not glitter, but, like, this shine about Chara. Like, she feels like, she no longer has that burden. Like, she no longer feels guilty for what she's done in the past. And so, it was unknown if judgment may have destroyed your soul entirely. But there was still light. There is still hope within you. You have been freed from your shackles of pain and misery. You have been redeemed